Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing a topic that I already have previously before on my channel, maybe about 2 years ago, and that is in concern with getting V-line surgery non-surgically. So I recently did a video on this which introduced Botox for the jawline to slim down the facial features, calming and soothing the muscles within your jaw. And the reason why I'm redoing this video is because that previous video had a lot of controversy behind it, because I find I didn't explain myself enough and a lot of people tended to take it in the wrong tone and manner. However, today I want to properly discuss this topic with you guys and introduce it to you in a more educated sounding way that gives more information behind why Botox is used for the jaw. So let's start off with me and my story. About 2 years ago, I first had Botox done on my jawline. The reason why I did Botox on my jawline was because a friend recommended it to me as a great way to get that soft jawline effect. So I was curious and wanted to try it out, so I decided to do it, as at the time it was a really good deal. So I thought, you know what, there's a good deal going on right now. I'm curious to try this out for myself and see how it affects and slims down my face. So that is why I decided to get it done. However, when I went into that clinic, the esthetician at the time did tell me the Botox was not something I personally necessarily needed, as my muscles in my jaw were not that prominent to begin with. However, I still wanted to go with it anyway because I was very curious and interested to see how it would affect my face shape. Overall, I loved the results. I loved how it gave my face a very softer and smoother effect. However, there were some things over time I noticed that I generally in the long term found out I loved about this cosmetic treatment. What I loved the most is that for me, it really helped with my tension headaches. And at the time, I had no idea that Botox could be used on the jaw to help with tension headaches and problems with TMJ. TMJ is when you clench your muscles in your jaw too much, and it can create a lot of tension that can affect you in different ways. Many people find out they have TMJ when they go to the dentist for teeth grinding at night or clenching their teeth at night. This is something I tend to do when I'm stressed out, I noticed. I always clench and grind my teeth or bite my lips when I am stressed out. This usually affects me though by creating tension around my jaw that wraps around into my neck. Thus, I personally tend to get headaches very often when I'm stressed out. So, how did the Botox help me with this? It calmed down my muscles enough in my jaw, so I found I wasn't clenching my teeth anymore. I also wasn't biting my lips nearly as much whenever I was stressed out. So overall, I was no longer clenching these muscles, so in turn the tension was not wrapping around my head into my neck. So overall, I was having a lot less tension headaches. So not only was this a bonus for slimming down my facial features, it also was a bonus for my tension headaches and stress problems and where I hold my stress, which I found amazing, as tension headaches are something that always affect my daily life. I had them so often that I pretty much was having to take Advil and Tylenol every single day so I wasn't having a headache. Now, of course, you guys, I'm not trying to make excuses as to why I continue to get Botox on my jawline. However, the number one reason why I do continue to get it is to help with my tension headaches. However, I also love the fact that it smooths down my face shape just enough for a little bit more of a softer look. Now, for me, you guys, it's not a huge difference, as I didn't really have large muscles in my jaw to begin with, so it's not like I'm completely changing my face. But I did want to share it with you guys once again in a more organized manner, because last time it was kind of all over the place. So how does one get Botox in the jaw? If done by a professional, they will inject in 3 parts of your jaw along this muscle here. For me, they do 1, 2, 3. How they tell these parts is they have you clench, and when you clench your jaw, they feel for the areas where there is the most tension. Then they mark it off as the areas that they're going to inject the Botox into. Now, the amount of Botox injected into every person is of course going to be different, as everyone's muscles are different. So as such, I'm not going to tell you guys the correct amount to inject, because I am not an esthetician. I am not licensed for injecting into people. As such, it is not my place to say any sort of numbers in that sense. However, I can give you a general price range if you're curious. However, the price does vary depending on what country you live in, what clinic you go to, and how much they inject. For me, each time I have had it done, it's roughly ranged from around $100 to $200. Of course, there have been times when that price has been lower due to events and promotions, and other times when it has been more expensive due to the lack of promotions. Once again, this price can vary depending on your country and the clinic you choose to go to. So if you are honestly curious about getting jawline Botox done, then you definitely need to go into the clinic and have a proper consultation. There, the esthetician will tell you how much it's going to cost. However, you can expect to pay between $100 to $200 and maybe more. Another common question I get asked is if every clinic does this Botox. And yes, if a clinic provides any sort of Botox treatment, they will also provide it for the jawline. It may not be listed on their account or their website, but trust me, they do provide it, as Botox can be injected into many different areas on the face and even the body. And jawline is one of those actually very popular ones, but no one seems to talk about it. Another common question I get asked is how long does it last? The results of Botox only last about 4 months to 6 months at most. So you are expecting to get this done about 3 to 2 times a year if you do plan on getting it done and continuing to get it done. For me, I get mine done about every 6 months, so that's about twice a year. I can get away with getting it done twice a year to less because I already had small muscles in my jaw, so the visibility doesn't change that much when it starts to wear off. However, I do tend to get it once I notice that I start having a lot more headaches. That is usually when I decide it's about time to start considering to get it done again. So who do I recommend jawline Botox for? 100% I recommend it for anyone who holds their stress in their jaw. If you find you grind your teeth a lot at night, you get a ton of tension headaches constantly, or you find that you bite your lips often or are constantly just chewing and grinding on nothing, then I recommend you try out or consider Botox as a way to reduce the stress holding in your jaw and to reduce the tension headaches you may be having. It seriously made a world of difference for my headaches, and it just really helped out. I also recommend you consider getting Botox if it is something that you've always thought about since you found out about it, or you're someone who is very self-cautious about the way that your jaw is shaped. However, you do not want to get or are not considering ever getting V-line cosmetic bone shaving surgery. This is why Botox is an excellent alternative for those who do not want to do such an invasive and risk-taking surgery such as V-line surgery. There are a ton of risks involved with getting V-line jaw shaving surgery, and it certainly is not for everyone. A majority of the time, you don't even have to get that kind of surgery because Botox is all you need. It's not always the bones that are making your jaw very prominent or square. A lot of the time, it's just the muscle, and you have very large muscles in your jaw. So if this is something you've been considering for a long time and have thought about a lot, then I recommend you try out Botox first before you consider doing any sort of extremely invasive and risk-taking surgery, such as V-line surgery. You may find out that Botox is the solution for you instead of risking such a major surgery on your face. Of course, if surgery or Botox is something you've never considered and you've only arrived at this video out of awkward curiosity, then thank you for watching this video, and I hope it was informative and a little bit educational for you. If you have any other medical related questions for V-line Botox, then I recommend that you talk to a professional esthetician or injector, or even a registered nurse or your family doctor, as these are things I can't really answer questions to because, like I said previously, I'm not a licensed professional, so it's not generally my place to be listing medical advice to anyone. So please, if you have any concerns related to medical reasons, then I highly recommend you go to your family doctor or visit an esthetician for a consultation. Make sure you do your research before you decide where to go for your Botox, as it's always important that you go to a professional and registered clinic. Your safety is always the most important thing you should consider whenever injecting anything into your face. So please do your research on a proper clinic before you consider getting it done. Go to somewhere you can trust and feel confident with the person injecting Botox into your face. Sounds kind of weird, but honestly, you guys, take care of yourself and do your research. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful or informative, remember to thumbs up as it helps me out and supports my channel. If you're not already subscribed, then subscribe down below if you liked me or like this channel. And of course, if you didn't like this video or like me or my channel, then feel free to leave. You don't have to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.